now for Sid Sixero. This is where I get 60 seconds to talk. We're not going with a clock today, or at least a ding at the end. We can go with the clock. Here's the latest regarding Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills. As you'll remember, on Monday of this week, he suffered a cardiac arrest during Monday Night Football. He had to be resuscitated not once but twice on the field, and he is still at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. He is still listed as critical. That, unfortunately, has not changed from Monday night. The National Football League also made a few statements saying that Monday's game will not be completed this week. Also, the final week of the regular season, which begins Saturday, will go ahead as planned. A reminder, Super Bowl 57 is slated for February the 12th in Glendale, Arizona. Finally, a statement from Hamlin's family, who had to watch while his son's heart stopped for 10 minutes Monday before medical officials resuscitated him. Said the family in the statement, quote, "Your generosity and compassion mean the world to us. Please keep Damar in your prayers," end quote. He is in our prayers. Let's hope that helps, and let's hope we have some better news to share with you in the hours and days ahead. Eric Smith of Sportsnet 590 The Fan. He's not only one of the biggest Bills fans I know, but he was calling Pacers and Raptors on the radio as this was happening and was updating the listening audience as it was happening. Eric, it's been about 48 hours here. How are you digesting this?
I mean, clearly it's a terrible story and a terrible incident that happened, Sid. I mean, it's stating the obvious. And I think that, you know, the way I reacted, even just as a fan in the moment, in the midst of trying to broadcast the Raptors game, I had my phone out and had the Bills game on the phone while I'm obviously calling the game and just keeping, you know, more an eye on the score than anything else. And then when I saw the incident happen, I actually saw the play and saw Hamlin get up and then fall over, you know, immediately, but without having any of the audio in the midst of broadcasting the Raptors game live. I really had no concept as to what was going on. And the more I just kind of kept looking over out of the corner of my eye to see what was happening and realized clearly something very bad is going on. The fact that it was taking this long. And that's where I kind of sort of flipped gear in the sense, as we all do sort of in this industry, TV or radio, is you're trying to make sure you stay on top of the news and give it to the audience, even if your audience isn't the football audience. And I think that that's probably where I reacted, you know, in terms of Sid quickly going from fan to broadcaster and kind of switching that gear and recognizing the gravity of the moment. And I'm sure that's probably what was going through the minds of the Bengals and the Bills and the NFL, trying to figure it all out on the fly.
Eric, we got about a minute. Can any decisions going forward about the finishing of that football game in any way happen until we know more about Damar's condition?
I don't think it can. I think that this is, you know, unprecedented in professional sports, and this is something we've never seen before. So I think that you have to speak and act in a more human way and look at the individual and the person, not the player, not the athlete. And I think it has to take priority over anything else at this point. And I think that whether it's 5 minutes removed or 48 hours removed, I think we have to think about the human being and the health of that person before the game itself. And I think there will be other games, there will be other moments. But right now, at least for the Buffalo Bills and for Damar Hamlin, he is the priority more than anything.
Well said. Eric Smith, Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Again, I don't know how you called another game while watching that on the side the other night. That's a level of focus I don't have, but kudos to you. And hopefully we get some better news in the hours and days ahead on Damar. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Sid. Thanks.
All right, Eric Smith, Sportsnet 590 The Fan.